I.S.U.P.K.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets since the year 1969 to prophesy the destruction of America. Okay, the destruction of the white race, the destruction of our enemies, which is all heathens on the face of the earth. Okay, tomorrow we're going to celebrate an event in American history that the white man wants you to never forget. Our oppressor wants you to always remember the evil that happened to them on this great day. But now, I got a question. Does anyone know specifically why 9/11 happened? Because we got the answer for you right here. We'll break down 9/11. I'll even break down what happened to you and show you in the Bible what they did after 9/11. Does anyone know why? I got you. Read.
Come. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 3. For I can, Salakia, chapter 9, verse 13. Salakia, as it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Now, what does as written mean? Meaning in the past, he has said, Jacob have I loved. This is something that's been known. It's always a known fact that the God of the Israelites only loved the Israelites. Read on.
But Esau have I hated.
Esau what?
Esau have I hated.
Okay, now it's saying what? Jacob or the Israelites, God loved, but there's a race of people God hates. When do they teach you that inside the Christian church? Black man, Hispanic man, if it was not for the work of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge for the past 50 plus years, would you know what an Edomite is? Would you know who Esau is if not for black men coming on the streets and telling you that there is a race of people that God hates? Now we're going to find out who those people are. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 23. And the Lord said unto her,
now keep going.
2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated.
What?
2 manner of people shall be separated.
Now, when did they teach you this in church? Did they teach you that God separates nations? That God causes divisions? This isn't even the first time. Okay? What's called? This is God talking to Rebecca, the wife of Isaac. Isaac has an older brother that God told Abraham to kick out the house. And that's how you get Arabs. God is a divisionist. God is about separation. Okay? You're seeing that when Jacob was born, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, there was another race born. Okay? And we're about to get the origin of both those peoples. Read.
Come. And 2 manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels, and the one shall be a stronger, and the other people.
The one people shall be stronger than the other people. So what is that saying? Not only is he about separation, that's racism. Racism is the idea that one people is better than another. What did that just say?
Salakia, one people shall be stronger than the other people.
One people is going to be stronger than the other people. That, the theory by itself is racism. Look up the definition of the word. God in the Bible just supported racism. Okay, read on.
Come. And the elder shall serve the younger.
And then he put it to this. These children aren't even born yet, right? But I'm already saying the decision is the older one is going to be the servant of the younger one. Okay? So it's not about what either one of them does or decision they make. Before they're even born, God said, I'm making you a slave and I'm making you the master. Read on.
Verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Verse 25. The first came out red all over and hairy like a garment.
Meaning what? They found out the Most High was correct, as always. She was carrying twins. The first one came out red looking. Okay, red and hairy. Okay, so now we got the first description of these Edomites, or Esau. The nation of Esau is a nation of people that traditionally look red and hairy. Read on.
Come. And they called his name Esau.
Called his name Esau, which in the Hebrew means he is wasted away. Because that's what they said when they saw his skin, that it was red. Why was his skin red? what does a baby normally do by nature when they're born? They cry to remove the excess liquids that's in their mouths, that's in their throats from the mother's sac. And that's scientific. You can look that up. So you got this baby who probably didn't look that red all the time, but when he's crying or when he's in a heightened state of emotion, he turns red. What group of people do that? Right? Read on.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out.
And his brother came out now, right? Keep going.
And his head took hold of Esau's heel.
His head took hold of Esau's heel. His hand, rather, took hold of Esau's heel, right? Keep going.
And his name was called Jacob.
Jacob. Jacob in the Hebrew means Yaquab. Yaquab means heel holder, or the supplanter, or the overthrower. So you see, God put it in, even in their birth. I'm letting you know, the younger brother is going to overthrow the older brother.
That's right.
Okay? That is the prophecy that God set in motion. Is every man, the scripture says, let God be true and every man a liar. So God said that one race is going to take over another race. Okay? That is racism inside of the Bible. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay? Now keep reading, because we're about to get on and show you why this decision was made. Keep going. Slakia, drop that. Give me 29. Yes, God.
Verse 29. And Jacob spot pottage. And Jacob sod pottage.
What does that mean, to sod pottage? Meaning he was cooking soup. Read on.
And Esau came from the field. And
stop. Okay, give me 27.
Verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter.
Esau, right, this red man was a cunning hunter. What is a hunter? Someone who wakes up every day and says to himself, what's the next thing I can kill for my benefit? That is your oppressor here inside of America. Every day that our oppressor wakes up here inside America, he thinks of a new way to destroy the planet. He thinks of a new way to destroy blacks and Hispanics. Okay? Keep reading.
A man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man.
And Jacob was a plain man. What does that mean to be a plain man? He didn't deal with it. He wasn't murderous. He stayed inside of his house, made his money, and did what he needed to do to survive. He wasn't overly greedy. He was a plain man. Okay? Read on.
Dwelling in tents.
Dwelling in tents. He stayed inside of his house. Now give me 29.
Verse 29. And Jacob sod pottage. And Esau came from the field. He was faint.
So Jacob's cooking his meal, right? Because he does what a wise man does. He doesn't sit there greedy, eating up and gobbling up everything. Right? Okay, so he has his pottage, and Esau comes in faint. Read on.
And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage.
Feed me with that same red pottage. Why is the pottage red? Because it's not done yet. Now, this is another classification of Esau. He likes his meat uncooked. Read on.
For I am faint, Salakia. Therefore was his name called Edom.
What?
Called Edom.
The white man, we call the white man Edom, or that's his traditional name, not necessarily because of his skin, but because that bastard sat there and actually would eat raw meat because he couldn't wait for it to be finished. That's how much of a carnal bastard Esau is. Esau is so much of a carnal bastard, he can't even wait for soup to finish. Okay? Now, what else is that letting you know? That's explaining Bernie Madoff. All those white people that jumped out of buildings after Bernie Madoff, because white people aren't like us. Our oppressor cannot struggle. You know what they will do? They will get some ships and get a whole nother race to build their country for them. But it's actually going out and struggling and creating their own country. They can't do that. They'd rather jump out of a building in Wall Street. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 31. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright.
But us, we're opportunists. If we see an opportunity, right, we're going to take it. And if you're stupid enough to sell me your birthright for a bowl of soup, you're stupid. Keep going.
And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
I am at the point to die. It has been one day of starvation. You probably had breakfast this morning. And that is our oppressor. You don't believe me? Ask COVID. White people was mad as hell. They couldn't stay in the house for 5 months, 6 months. Right? Why? Because they need a lot of them was complaining about getting back to work because they're greedy. They need every dollar. Okay? This country is so rich and wealthy, these people could take a year off, right? And have no problems. But they have to be so greedy that it's to the point that they will die if they don't have every bit of wealth on the planet. White people will die. That's what the father of white people just told you. If his belly is not full 24/7, he will die.
Khan, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
What?
And what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Now let me explain something to you. We understood this birthright inside of slavery. Right? That's why we sung songs like Swing Low. Right? We understand we get a reward for what we're going through right now. The so-called white man, he couldn't handle a few hours of not eating. Understand, I just hope you understand, for those who aren't aware, our father Isaac was rich. Right? Isaac was a rich man. Where do you think Jacob got his soup from? Huh? He wasn't without food, but he couldn't go a few hours without killing something to eat it. Okay? And that's the spirit of our oppressor.
Nobody tell you cry. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it works something.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues, boy, this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?